Hello everyone. NIO stock, currently under $6.50, hints at a future soaring to $650 per share. With NIO evolution into an energy titan, the electric vehicle landscape promises lucrative opportunities ahead. NIO stock is currently below $6.50, but let me tell you, the scene of $650 per share is already unfolding. Now, before we begin, I'd like to remind you of a quote from NIO CEO, and it goes like this: just because a product is selling well now doesn't guarantee it will sell well in the future. Similarly, just because a product isn't delivering many vehicles now doesn't mean it won't deliver many vehicles in the future. Indeed, this points towards Li Auto, which sells both petrol and electric cars, with petrol being a sort of cheat code, delivering many vehicles and performing well in earnings. But they ultimately have to shift to pure EV. And when they can't use the cheat code anymore, where is their competitive advantage? Petrol? It's a thought-provoking question. But surely, the scene of $650 per share is not solely based on electric vehicles. Indeed, remember when I talked about this some time ago? CCP 650 per share ultimate plan revealed. It's all related to power, and even now, many people in China are saying that NIO is actually becoming more of a power company than an EV automobile company. Initially, people thought NIO was an automobile company selling cars, but also making swap stations and power solutions. But now, people are understanding NIO more as an energy company that also sells cars. It's an interesting perspective. Recently, perhaps you have heard news in Denmark, where a swap station has begun stabilizing the grid and thereby earning money. And this is exactly where things are heading. And this is just one swap station, my friend. And today, right now, in China, NIO has signed a strategic agreement with the Southern China Power Grid, which is quite remarkable. This is also for the construction of swap stations and stabilizing the grid to earn money. You should understand what NIO does. Recently, during Chinese New Year, there were so many NIO. Many NIO traveled over 2,000 kilometers. Some did it nonstop. But some people drove without stopping for 24 hours. And this integration of swap stations and the LiDAR system, NIO NOP+, truly enables 2,000 kilometers nonstop driving. Otherwise, fatigue sets in. And then you have to spend time charging, which can be quite a hassle. And it turns out that NIO was actually a car that could do this. Petrol cars do not have autonomous driving capability to drive such long distances, whereas traditional EV, like Tesla, have the software capability, but they need to be charged, which wastes a lot of time. And you might think maybe hybrids can do it too. Okay, the problem with current EREV is that if you drive fast on the highway, the generator cannot provide enough power to satisfy the electric motors. So those EREV, like Li Auto, are limited in speed. So this car actually can't run for long periods of time. At higher speeds, the battery runs out, and when the battery is empty, you're stuck. You're basically crawling along at very low speeds, and you need to charge the car. Petroleum isn't enough because you need to charge the car, charge the battery, because remember, the car is still running on electricity. Petroleum is just there to generate more electricity, but when it's running at higher speeds, it can't produce as much electricity as needed to fulfill the current demand. So this is a big issue, and it's only when you realize that NIO is truly a car that can drive so far autonomously without any obstacles. Pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy. This is something maybe you guys didn't know. And these are indeed the things that represent swap stations. You see charging stations, you see petrol pumps, and you see swap stations at highway rest areas. Swap stations. These are not just the future of gas stations, which will be in the EV era, but also for storing electricity and keeping the grid stable and making money. In the future, swap stations will be equivalent to petrol pumps for all electric vehicles, with all the participating brands associated with NIO, and you should understand that as we progress into the era of electric vehicles, the dominance of petrol-driven vehicles will diminish. These are hybrid vehicles, also known as so-called hybrid vehicles. There are already significant restrictions in Shanghai and Beijing. Basically, if you want to buy a Li Auto or a hybrid, it's very difficult. You need a license plate for petrol, permission to buy one. Purchasing is difficult. And imagine if this kind of law were to be enforced nationwide, where buying hybrid EV, petrol truckers is not easy, and you have to gradually buy electric vehicles. Then you will see that these EV folks are the real deal. What do they have? Their competition is a big screen, a sofa, a fridge. That's their moat. They have no real moat. To tell the truth, NIO is one of those companies that has a very strong moat with battery swapping, and this will generate a lot of passive income for NIO in the future. And some time ago, you may have heard about it. NIO has signed a contract with 47, which is a subsidiary of CYVN, and in my opinion, I am thinking about how NIO will sell its cars in the United Arab Emirates. So 47 might perhaps take over all car operations in the UAE. That means people in the UAE have invested in NIO, right? They have put all their money in it. So instead of investing Arab money in NIO, they will use whatever they have and sell cars under the NIO brand there. And in that way, they will become owners of the NIO brand there, which I find very interesting. It's a very good step. Operationally speaking, I think they might know the market better than NIO. Very, very good. And brothers, remember that NIO has a lot of money in the bank. There is no need for any money right now. They might have to become desperate, but they have a lot of money in the bank. And the fear of bankruptcy and all that is completely baseless. There is no way NIO will go bankrupt. Absolutely not. There is no company that will buy NIO before it goes bankrupt. And there are some things that I don't want to share with you guys. All right? Some things are hidden from my side. I don't want to talk about that. I am feeling a certain degree of regret in saying this, but it's the truth. However, I want to share something else with all of you. It's important to consider what NIO purpose is. NIO purpose is not just about making money or earning profits at all. Okay, the CEO objective, yes, maintaining a healthy margin is crucial, but the real objective is not just about making money. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing what they are doing right now. The real objective, absolutely, is to build something much bigger than just a car company. Okay, a power company, a lifestyle company, a smartphone company, a technology company with chips, everything. Essentially China Apple. So they are setting their sights on a much larger goal. Making a profit is obvious, but look at the ultimate objective. Okay, the ultimate scenario is $650 per share. You know, there are swap stations all over China, Europe, perhaps in the UAE, and maybe in America too, helping stabilize the grid. You know, this will be a significant part, generating passive income every day. And if you are entering the electric vehicle era, swapping charging is much better than anything else. So, NIO vehicles or NIO partners vehicles that can both swap and charge are the better option. You know, NIO Power Swap stations will become pretty much standard, stabilizing the grid, generating passive income, and in the future, they will basically become gas stations. So that's something to think about. That's why NIO will reach $650 per share. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more stock predictions and market insights. Remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Happy investing, and see you in the next video.